All right, folks. So once again, we're going to take a little trip back in time to election night of last week. And something very curious happens on election night. Isaac Chua says, my community's yeshiva, Jewish day school in Brooklyn, where I taught years ago. As you can see, if you look closely, there are swastikas spray painted on the window and on that pole there. It's at a distance in the photos. We'll kind of keep it at a distance, since the closer we get to those swastikas, the greater chance YouTube will demonetize the video. Yeah. So there you have it. Trust me, bro, they're there. So Zoran Mamdani came out at noon the next day and said, this is a disgusting and heartbreaking act of anti-Semitism, and it has no place in our beautiful city. As mayor, I will always stand steadfast with our Jewish neighbors to root the scourge of anti-Semitism out of our city. Now, what he should have...
Semite.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, what he should have said there is we hope to get to the bottom of who exactly did this, because by tweeting that out, he validated what many people suspected was a false flag of sorts. See? Ali A says, meanwhile, the reality is this, and this is from the Times of Israel, Jewish suspects arrested over swastika graffiti on synagogues.
I didn't know they made an arrest. I just saw the video.
Yeah. Well, no. This was in Israel. That was a related story. He's just saying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no, he's just saying it could be one of these type things, right? Sammy says, honestly, I will be surprised if it turns out to be anything but a false flag hate crime by a Zionist. Every time they want to discipline the left and or Muslims in this country, it's the same tactic. Well, yeah, they kind of disciplined Mamdani there. It was done by a Zionist, you nonce. They all are. And what do you know here? The New York Post, Metro, says fedora wearing bicyclist who scrawled swastikas at NYC yeshiva caught on video. As you can see there in the center square, the bottom, that is, I don't know. Doesn't look too much like a fedora to me. But here's the article. Fedora wearing bicyclist who scrawled swastikas at NYC yeshiva caught on video. There is the headline. And once again, as you zoom in, as Ben Avery says, definitely a fedora. So here is the video that the NYPD released.
Maybe it was an old-timey gangster who sprayed the swastika.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Maybe it was a Lucky Luciano role player who sprayed. There he is, spraying the swastika on there. And hitting it again. Yeah. No, that's a fedora, according to the New York Post. There he is once again. I don't know. That doesn't look like a fedora to me. What do you think, everybody? Does that look like a fedora to you? Or does that look like, as many people suspected, an Orthodox Jewish guy going in and spray painting a swastika on the night that Mamdani won to make it look like the city has fallen to Islamo-communism? Disturbing surveillance video captured the mysterious bike-riding vandal who painted swastikas at a Brooklyn yeshiva early Wednesday morning. Just hours. Yeah, it was Zorro. Yeah. just hours after socialist Zoran Mamdani's mayoral win. The footage shows a single figure wearing a wide-brimmed hat pedal up to the Magen David Yeshiva in Gravesend around 6:30 a.m., stopping briefly and scrawling the hateful graffiti before riding off. In light of the results from the election last night, everyone is super sensitive, and we're afraid that this is going to be the new norm, where these people are going to be emboldened that think they can get away with it. Bob Moskowitz, executive coordinator for Flatbush Shormrim Patrol, told the Post. The hateful act came just hours after Mamdani, a Muslim and social democrat. It's very diplomatic of them to call him what he actually is, a social democrat, as opposed to a communist, comfortably beat former Governor Andrew Cuomo in the mayoral race, sparking concern among some New Yorkers who are wary of the mayor-elect's anti-Israeli rhetoric. It's not a coincidence that this happened hours after Mamdani won the election, one yeshiva dad said. Anyone who claims that it is lying to themselves or having delusions. This was a statement that with the new boss in charge, we finally get to show our true colors. He called it a sign of Mamdani's New York. Well, it certainly was not a coincidence. It just wasn't what you guys were saying that it was, pretty obviously. Moskovitz said the patrol received a call about the graffiti about a half hour after the incident, with 2 swastikas painted on the main building and 2 on the window of an adjoining building. He said they then notified the NYPD. The school washed the swastikas off the window and taped Israeli flags over the ones on the wall. Within hours, Empire State politicians condemned the hate crime and blamed the new political climate. So here's Elise Stefanik, who is now running for governor against Kathy Hochul. She made that announcement official this week. The day after NYC elects a pro-Hamas anti-Semite for mayor, Nazi swastikas are found painted on the walls of Magen David Yeshiva in Brooklyn. This is reprehensible and unacceptable and should serve as a wake-up call that Mamdani is ushering in the pro-terrorist anti-Semitic takeover of NYC, aided and abetted by the worst governor in America, Kathy Hochul. Both Mamdani and Hochul are silent and have failed to condemn. Mamdani would come out and condemn it an hour later. And I'm not saying you shouldn't condemn a swastika, but, you know, he could have said, we want to look into who did this, you know, could have given a nod to the very real possibility that once again, a fedoraed man may have done this. They really act like people in New York City don't know what a fedora is, right? Yeah. Especially like the New York Post, like your readership is all ex-cons and mobsters. Yeah. Like, I mean, ex-cops and mobsters. I mean, that's who basically reads the New York Post. You're telling me that's a guy in a fedora on a bicycle riding up to the day school. Really? That's what you're saying? Like, this is such an example of like 2 + 2 = 5. It's just really extraordinary that they're running with this and writing this whole article as if like this happens according to the way Stefanik said that it happened. That article that I've been reading, that didn't come out before the video of the fedoraed man surface. No, that was the article that says man fedora captured. Like it shows it on video, an Orthodox Jewish guy doing it as a false flag. This was so obvious that even Fredo Cuomo had to come up with some kind of spin on it. And here is Fredo Cuomo's genius take. I know you want it to be true, in parentheses, desperately. This is Orthodox. Okay, so first I should set this up. So Soleiman Ahmed said, breaking, Orthodox Jew sprayed the swastika in New York after Zohar Mamdani won. That's obviously true based on the video. And what Cuomo says, rather than deny it, is he basically says it's a false flag. He says, I know you want it to be true, but isn't there a good chance that this is merely an attempt to look like one of them, especially with that hat?
No, so there is not a good chance. Is there a chance? Sure. A good chance? Absolutely not.
Why on earth would, like, that is just pretty astounding. So you're saying somebody dressed up as an Orthodox Jew to spray paint a swastika on a Jewish day school so that people would think that an Orthodox Jew was doing it as a false flag? That's your theory? That's your theory? Like the double psyche
in the brain shit, right?
Yeah, the double psyche version of the false flag. Yeah, I really doubt that. I really, really doubt that. Because if you're worried, in order for that to be true, you'd have to know that there was a camera there and that you'd be caught on camera doing it. Right? Like if you were to dress up as an Orthodox Jew and then spray a swastika on a synagogue, you would the only reason you would do that is if you knew there was a camera there and you knew you were going to get caught. Right. So if you knew there was a camera there and you knew you were going to be seen doing it, why not dress up as a Free Palestine protester? Like, well, why not put a Palestinian flag?
Why would you not do that?
Right. Like, if you know you're going to, the whole point of faking it in that way is you know you're going to be seen. So if you know you're going to be seen, just dress up as a pro-Palestine protester. This is why people call him Fredo. I know he gets upset, but that is some dumb fuck shit right there. But what a story. What a story. It's just amazing how that turned out to, yes, be exactly what the people on X who were chastising Mamdani said it was going to be, which is a false flag. It's a false flag. And, he should know next time, if that happens when you're mayor, you don't just come out and say, well, this is a horrible, the scourge of it. No, you say, we're going to look into this and find out who did it. Who did it. If it's a Zionist who did that, they're going to be held accountable for it.
Yes, I don't think he has that kind of balls, honestly. Not the person who kept Tish. Like, he could turn around. He could have turned around and said, well, Tish has been a strong opponent of the right of protest. I don't think that's appropriate. This is America, people. He didn't do that.
Right.
He didn't do that. He's not going to do that either. He's not going to turn around and say, well, we've seen some people who are performing these operations as what's called a false flag. He's not going to say something like that. He's going to keep feeding this. And in the end, you really shouldn't, because you'll never satisfy those people.
No, you'll never satisfy.
It doesn't matter. This motherfucker could convert. They're not going to be satisfied.
Yeah. No, he should come out and say, we learned on 9/11 the power of false flags. Say that in his inaugural address as mayor.
3 words about the swastika, building number 7. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. But yeah, turned out the skeptics were proven right within a day. But the New York Post,
that's just the beginning,
insisting 2 + 2 = 5, telling you that's a mysterious man in a fedora. Yeah. Funny. It's funny. Why is it funny that he's on a bicycle too? Just makes it even funnier that he cruises up on a bike. Oh, boy.
I mean, honestly, man, if you're in New York City and you're walking down the street, assume you're on camera.
Yeah, assume you're on camera. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, there's no way to really get away with something like that and not be filmed.
Please clap.